David, I'd like to just take a quick few moments to introduce you. David Hertz is the founder and CEO of Gastromotiva. David Hertz founded Gastromotiva in 2006 and currently serves as CEO. Gastromotiva is the first socio-gastronomic organization in Brazil that uses the potential and responsibility of gastronomy to generate empowerment and social awakening. Through peer-to-peer education, it trains underprivileged people on becoming professional cooks and food mentors. And Uredia, who's sitting right next to him, is student number 1. And today also a part of the business that you've built, David.
So as a testament to how much Brazilians love food, the food and beverage industry accounts for 9.3% of the country's GDP and is one of the largest employers in its city. Gastromotiva is the first Brazilian organization to harness the love of food into employment and educational opportunities for low-income youth. So, David, why did you choose food as the currency for community change?
Well, first of all, I just want to share how honored I am just to be here. We are all of us really honored to be part of this commitment. And I'm happy we're all over lunch because I think you can grasp much more connected to our cause. For me, cooking, is an important human activity. It's about love, it's about sharing, it's about people. When we eat, we get something that gets common to all of us. We get to understand one another, we get connected to the people, to the histories, but much more than that. It nurtures our soul and body. To tell you why we got connected to this and why I chose food, I want to bring one story to all of you. In 2009, we were already doing our vocational training program. I met Diego Santos. Diego was 20 years old, but he has been working since he was 14 to generate all the income to his family. He was just unemployed from the supermarket he was working with, but we selected him because of his passion and his will to change. At Gastromotiva, we just don't teach only culinary skills. We try to get our students to really understand the connections between man and nature, the origin of the ingredients, the importance of health, our life that comes from food, and how the value chain affects our lives. And Diego really got connected to this concept, like so many others Gastromotiva students. He started to work in a restaurant, an organic restaurant, and he became an educator in our program. By that, he pursued his apprentices and he got into university, got an MBA on gastronomy science. He's right here, and he's just with us, and he's just being selected to do a course in Italy in the Slow Food University.
Oh my God,
and he's traveling to share with them.
Okay, now we believe you. Now we believe you.
Story about life skills, empowerment, self-confidence. We want to generate active citizens. We already achieved 1,200 people in Brazil. So that's the power of gastronomy, social gastronomy.
So, David, you started Gastromotiva in 2006 in Sao Paulo, and then you expanded to Rio de Janeiro in 2013. And at the CGI Latin America in 2013, you said that you would expand to El Salvador and also try to get in more students in Sao Paulo. How have you leveraged the cities to really create more impact and help you scale?
Food is about passion. You see all these students working, it makes a real change. We have, over the years, increasingly demands for chefs, from restaurant owners, from foundations that want to replicate our model. We chose Salvador, but its culture, heritage, and also the best people that we found there. We already started our activities in Salvador, so we are reaching that commitment, but we are trying to see how we can increase our public impact in cities like Rio and São Paulo, who already are. So I want to also bring here 2 examples. The first one, which is really important for our methodology and how we replicate, is, as you mentioned, we use peer-to-peer education. We use that to really generate mass-scale healthy workshops And this year, we were able to achieve already reach 30,000 people. Can you imagine that all of these students who are here with me, we have others more who couldn't be with us, while they study, they go to their communities and they replicate what they learn. The other thing that I think it's too important is how you take this methodology to other publics. How do you take to immigrants that arrive in Brazil? But 4 years ago, we decided to take this to prisons, to female prisons. How to adapt this to inmates so when they get out of prison, they feel empowered to go look for a job. So 4 years ago, we started this with the public sector and with the chefs who most of you must know, Alex Atala. And we were able to turn this into a public politic this year. And I want to share with you Lucimara, who is just here with me. She's been on and off prisons for 12 years. For 3 times she came back there. But now she really took the idea, the chance to really take care of her life, and she's working with us. So you have to do public policies to change this, to make this real as a movement, to scale up in all these cities.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
Thank you.
David, it was just a pure coincidence, but we featured one of your graduates in one of our episodes on Peter Planet, and she went on to start Favela Organica.
Regina Celli.
Regina Celli.
Oh, yeah.
What a small world. But we also were lucky to have Yuridia over there, who went from being a graduate of Gastromotiva to an employee of your organization. And I want to ask you, Yuridia, how did becoming a peer educator change the way you viewed your city and fellow residents, you know, after having, you know, these people believe in you and invest in you?
Eu aprendi a fazer escolhas, tomar decisões. Eu me descobri ser humano com maiores responsabilidades e com vontade de mudanças.
Well, I just tried here. I feel I was empowered to make better choices. I found out I'm a woman with great responsibilities and urge to change the community I live in.
É muito gratificante saber que, como educadora, eu posso inspirar pessoas que moram em comunidades a mudarem de vidas, a mudarem suas expectativas e perderem seus medos e se tornarem cidadãos.
Well, very grateful to know that as an educator, I can inspire people from the favelas to lose their fears, to have better perspective, and to help them to become citizens.
That's so awesome.
It's amazing. I love the look on your face, you know, when she said that, David, and the smile, you know. You're a big part of, you know, what's happened, obviously. Another question that I have is, one of the key links, you know, with skill development and employment is the employer. At the end of the day, you're going to train people and you want them to have jobs. So I know one of your targets is to make sure that 80% of your 400 students actually end up having jobs. And you are very aggressive in terms of speaking to a number of different restaurants and restaurant operators to make sure that that happens. How are you leveraging this private partnership or private-public partnership to get to that stage?
Well, thank you for this question. I think, you know, I always knew that building lasting, longer relationship would get us here. That's where we want to get. You know, we also knew we couldn't do this alone. We had to inspire the market, the restaurant market, the catering business to also generate impact. We think as business. So we always try to create strong alliances. Just to put in numbers, nowadays in Brazil, we have over 70 restaurants that engage in the program. They also fund the program, which is like helping Gastromotiva with at least $100 a month, which is the cost of our trainee. But they become much more than that. First, they come because they want the professionals we have, that we help them to develop, but then they become part of the social gastronomic movement and get engaged. That's how we took our program to a prison, because chefs want to get engaged with their causes. You know, another example that I can give, and all of you can relate, this year we had 2 international restaurants from New York doing benefit dinners for us One is the #1 restaurant in New York called the 11 Madison Park, and the other one is the Fat Radish. And together, with the support of Brazil Foundation, they helped us to raise money enough to fund 100 trainees in Rio de Janeiro. Can you imagine that?
That's
2
awesome.
nights, we're able to fund 100 trainees in Rio. And the way we do, we have our facilities helping. We do this with laureate universities. They have the facilities. And because with them, we can bring their skills, talents, and dreams and match with the market needs. So that's what I want everybody to get this, how important is this partnership with not-for-profit who send us their best trainees, the universities, the private sector, and the public sector to reach every time more people and help public politics to really work.
Thank you very much, David. David, we're out of time, but I want to give you the opportunity to say one last thing very, very briefly. So since you've already achieved your commitment to CGI, what's next? Very briefly, very quickly.
Well, you know, I'm one person with one dream in one country, but I want to reach 1 million people. We have countries and chefs and cities really wanted to be part of it, but we need more people with us. I want you that is in the audience to join us to grow this as a social gastronomic movement. Be part of Lucimara, of Diego, be part of this movement and help us this really to take all over the world how social gastronomy can improve lives.
You hear that, people?
If anyone's there, you know, we have some people who really know you. Alexandra Pai from the Fat Radish is on the audience. Please talk to her, talk to us, be part of this with us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, David Oredia, the team.
David. Thank you to the team from
Thanks for letting us tell your story today. Thank you.